Yep. Give him a good look at the pass, and you're in a lot of trouble. That one, excellent return of serve, and then it sets up. Look,
Becker really doesn't have as good a volley as Sampras. He doesn't do as much with it as Sampras does, and it allows Sampras again. He stays down beautifully on that backhand, but it was brought about by the good return. Tough second serve.
Aufstellen, Telefon bitte.
Yeah, that's apparently another one of the cellular phones. Going large drop, and the chair says, please turn them off.
Pete can definitely hear that. He made a comment to the umpire about it. That's why the umpire made that announcement, and Pete had a few words for some of those in the crowd with those cellular phones.
The rhythmic clapping continues. Break point for Sampras. He had 2 break points at 15:40. In fact, he won 7 of the first 8 points of the match, and then Becker came back and held.
That return, you can see the kids love Becker here. They're whistling in there. When Becker came out here, the kids went wild that were waiting for him to come on the court. There's a return and catches just on the edge of the line. Becker doesn't do a lot with it, but Sampras has overrun it, so he can't really hit that running forehand that he would have liked. Leaves the open court for the volley.
Becker said that he thought he volleyed especially well in his first match with Kafelnikov. Not only his serve, but his volley as well, he said.
I think that's a part of his game he's really improved in like the last 2 years, Boris. Those little half volleys, the ones where you got to use a little finesse, a little touch. Boris has really worked on that. I think he's improved it a lot.
Still don't think it's as good as Sampras's volley, though. Patrick.
You're right. I don't think he has as much natural feel as Pete does, but he's worked on it.
So Boris Becker holds on. It is 2 games all. Becker has won this twice. He took out Jim Courier in 1992 on his birthday, and last year he beat Michael Chang in the finals. Sampras won it in 94 over Becker in the final. He also won it against Jim Courier in 91. Agassi won the inaugural ATP Tour World Championship. All of those played in Frankfurt. Now it has bowed to Hanover, Germany, who host the event.
Expo 2000 will be here in Hanover, and that's something that they elected to do, was get the World Championship of Tennis here to help promote it.
The festival in Frankfurt was very intimate, and they asked Boris Becker about moving here and whether this can ever, whether this place can ever become as affectionate to him as the festival in Frankfurt. And he said, I must admit, I was really astonished about the atmosphere.
Meaning it was great.
Yeah, let me just continue. He says, usually we in Germany say the more north you go, the more colder the people get. But maybe also how the center court was built, you can, only from a spectator point of view, really see well the players and the points and everything. The atmosphere was first class. And it really is.
It is, yeah. You judge a match by winners and unforced errors. And I'll give you an interesting stat after this point.
Beautiful.
You know you've seen a good match when the players are hitting more total winners than they are unforced errors. Sampras has hit 8 winners, 4 unforced errors. Becker, 10 winners, 9 unforced errors. That is good stuff.
Sampras holds on easily, and he has a 3-2 lead in the first set. We'll be back with more coverage of the World Championship in a minute. World Championship on ESPN2 at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and then 1 o'clock in the afternoon again on ESPN.
Camera work is unbelievable here. They have 16 cameras covering this World Championship here in the Messehalle. That includes that little guy we introduced you to earlier in the week, the little spy cam that catches up on all the calls, and it has caught out on more occasions than once the umpires.
Put a little pressure on those umpires.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Rudy Berger, I bet you he's not feeling too good right now. He gave Ivanisevic a bad call, and we proved it.
That was in the match that was on ESPN2, the one that Chang took out Ivanisevic in the 3rd set after Chang escaped a bad call in the tiebreaker. And early in the 3rd set, Chang won it easily in set number 3.
30 love.
Becker's second double fault. That's a very good serve right at the body of Sampras. It really handcuffed him. Watch this one. Sampras looking to step into the ball. This one right at the body. Look, he hesitated to see which way he'd go. That throws it up in the middle of the court. Sampras has got to stand in the middle and guess.
Game point, Becker. Becker holds on. It is 3 games all. We were talking about the Goran Ivanisevic match earlier. Let's check the white group. 2 things are certain. Goran Ivanisevic is in. Michael Chang is out. Now, Thomas Muster and Richard Krajicek will play tomorrow, and the winner of that match will join Ivan Izovich in the semifinals on Saturday. The winner of this match in the red group, Becker versus Sampras, will definitely be in the semifinals on Saturday. They both could still make it.
This is the vital seventh game. I think always a pivotal game in any match. And Becker takes the first point with this backhand volley.
Yeah, there's an ace from Sampras. But Patrick, you know what? I'm surprised at how many balls these guys are getting back, and I think it speaks for some really good tennis.
No doubt about it. And we could see right at the start that both guys are really hitting the ball clean and picking up the serve very well, because both guys are serving big. And you see a replay of Pete's big first delivery there, ace up the middle. Another one. I get the feeling, guys, that this is really the two heavyweights this week, and overall in general, as you intimated, Fred, indoors. These two guys really kind of have that presence about them, and it's like a heavyweight fight right now.
Yeah, you never know what can happen to Ivan Izovich, as happened earlier today. These two guys, you know, are going to be at one another's throat right until the end. That's a great shot.
That's a beautiful shot. Dirty all.
You don't see too many of those played these days. A little slice backhand. Watch what happens. There it is. He wrong foots him. He cannot get a crack at it. He plays a little underslice, just wide, clips it right on the line.
And Pete just gave a look after that. He was just right up at the net. He just gave a look. He couldn't believe it. You could see him just say to himself, he only does that in Germany.
That was sort of a reflex shot anyway. 30 all.
14-30.
Sampras has been able to stay #1 in the world because I think he sees himself quite correctly as #1 player in the world, and he handles it very well. He doesn't get too excited about things. The pressure does not take its toll on him like it did, for example, on Agassi. And I put Becker in that same category, albeit that he didn't stay #1 in the world for very long. He stayed very high on the computer. He seems to thrive on fierce competition. They both do.
Close one at the baseline there. Forced a half volley from Sampras.
Paul Anacone in the cap. He's Sampras's coach. Crowd is very fair, aren't they? I mean, they want Becker to win in the worst way, but if Sampras hits a good shot, they will applaud it.
Yeah, definitely. Very appreciative of the crowd. Very knowledgeable, I think, the German spectators. I like that rhythmic clapping over here that you get in Europe.
The foot stomping?
Not so much the foot stomping, just the rhythmic clapping I enjoy.
Got it on the line. Toughest shot in tennis is the high backhand volley. You'll probably see it as we go to commercial. We'll be back with more after this. In 1994, Sampras beat Becker. He beat Courier in 91. He lost to Michael Stich in 93. Nevertheless, he has a terrific record at the year-ending World Championship event. And it is an event, I think, Fred, correct me if I'm wrong, that means more to the players than any event outside of the Grand Slams.
No, most definitely. I think this event is something they look forward to. They strive to get in that top 8. Well, look at Becker. Becker was out of it until like 3 weeks ago, till he won Stuttgart and then did well in Paris. Thomas Enquist made a last-minute rush to try and get him. He's now in as the alternate, but he won his last 2 tournaments. He's on a winning streak of 10 matches in a row.
To win a Grand Slam match, tournament rather, you've got to win 7 matches. To win the World Championship, you have to win your round-robin group. You have to win at least 2. You have to play 3 matches. Then you got the semi-final and the final. That's 5. But you're playing against the top 8 players in the world. In the Grand Slam, you're going to play 3 matches without playing a seeded player if you are seeded. Point being that this may be just as tough to win as a Grand Slam.
The only difference, this is best of 3 sets. The Grand Slam, best of 5 sets.
Into the body, 40-love Becker.
I put that one down as an unreturnable serve because it was directed straight at the body. No chance of him trying to get that back. He's lucky to get out of the way of it.
Game point. Four games all, first set.
Another good serve from Becker, and he gets the short reply that he wants. These 2 heavyweights now stand at